Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. We are live. I'm gonna do this video as a live video just because I feel like it. And this is just gonna be my health update and my homeschool update part two. I did part one as a non-live video the other day, but I'm just gonna do this as a live. I had to cut off a little bit early with my first video just because my family got home a few minutes earlier than I expected. And there would have been a lot of screaming in the background from the kids. So I just cut it short and figured I would finish up later at another time. As I said before, everything going pretty smoothly. Homeschool is going great, way better than I could have ever hoped or expected for this year. And I am just so incredibly happy. I'm so confident and happy with our decision to be homeschooling, especially this day and age at this point in time. So it has been, like I always say, such a lifesaver for us and our family. And I'm really loving it. So we are still trying to get more, connect more with other homeschool parents and homeschool families and groups in general. So out by where we live, we really don't have very many people at all that homeschool. And I think I've said this before, but there just isn't a lot. Our county does have some Facebook groups, but they don't really have like meetups or anything like that necessarily. So you can connect online, but not so much necessarily in person because there aren't really any organized events. Like at first it looked like there was, but then I came to find out there's really not. There are a lot of resources online, but there's just not a lot of like physical connecting. And so we did find that our city library does have a monthly homeschool hour from 1 to 2 in the afternoons. Like I think it's every third Thursday or something like that. So we are trying to start going to that. They had it this last week, but unfortunately, I was not able to go because I was too sick. We've all had RSV except for my 7-year old did not get it, but the rest of us did, unfortunately, and it was kind of rough. Especially for me, it was not fun at all. But anyways, we did not get to go. So we are going to go next time, which I'm really super excited about. And other than that, we're just kind of still looking. We're kind of still in the process. We're still going to church once or twice a week. We're going to Lego Club for the kids. We usually do on Fridays. Most Fridays we do that. And then also we go to a mini rodeo on Thursdays. We usually don't go every Thursday, but we try to go at least twice a month. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing right now. And other than that, we have not yet found anything else that the kids are interested in, that we want to get started with just yet. Right now, we're kind of just in a place in life where we like low commitment. We don't want anything that's got too much of a commitment right now because things are just really busy. But in the future, looking into more of like, sports and stuff like that, but making sure, the commitment is not too heavy as well with that. We're just a family. We like kind of just like lower commitment type of life. I'm self-employed entirely. We do homeschool, so we really just march to the beat of our own drum. And so we are really looking for extracurriculars that are low commitment as well, which there are a ton of them. So with that being said, we're still working on that. Um, yeah, so more in the Dallas area and more in Fort Worth and stuff, there are some more meetups and things of that nature. It's just a little bit harder, because it's a little bit further and a little bit more, a lot of kind of mind boggling because there's a lot more in that area. But down here in Texas in general, the homeschool rate is really low. It's only about 1 to 2 out of 100. During COVID, it was more like 3 out of 100, but now it's gone back down to 1 or 2. And so it's a very small percentage. So it's kind of hard to connect with other homeschool families. So, anyways, but it can be done. So we are utilizing a lot of online resources again. So as for my health, it's still going really well. I did get sick. Unfortunately, my boyfriend picked up something from work. We're pretty sure it was RSV because my 3-year old tested positive for RSV, and we all ended up getting sick. It was Josh first, and then it took me a week to exhibit symptoms myself. At first, it really wasn't that bad, but there were a couple of days that I really did feel pretty bad. I never ran a fever, and fortunately, I never had a really bad cough or really severe congestion. I mostly just felt bad. My glands swelled up really, really bad in my neck and jaw. Today is the first day that they're finally like, it's almost gone. Um, but yeah, it took me probably a good 3 to 4 days to get back to normal, which is really rare for me. I'm usually like better, like super quick. So I did go to urgent care, and Josh did too. We both tested negative for COVID, flu, and for um strep. So we got tested for all of that, but they did not test us for RSV because they normally don't do for adults. With a lot of adults, RSV just shows up as like a cold or whatever. So for me, it did feel a little bit different. For those of you that don't know, I don't have tonsils, and tonsils are part of your immune system. So for me, when I get sick, a lot of times it can be harder on me just because I don't have that line of defense, and the infections can go into my chest a lot easier. So I have to be careful and make sure that they don't progress and turn into severe bronchitis or pneumonia. So this time, I feel like I got lucky in that respect, but in the same point, I also didn't feel as well. I didn't have as much energy. I was still able to get everything done, but it was a lot harder. I was really drained. So I'm still not 100% on the energy aspect. I think today I might be, but yeah, definitely didn't feel like myself for a while. And I do still have a few little symptoms. I've got just like minor congestion, but it was really weird. But fortunately it wasn't too awful. But other than that, that's about all that's going on. Everything else with my health is going great. My mental state has been a lot better emotionally. Um, I do still deal with quite a bit of anxiety, depression as well. It just comes and goes. And so, yeah, that's really all I can say about that. It's just that's always going to be a constant struggle for me, and something that I constantly work on and work towards, um, coping with. And it's just different circumstances in our lives. And, it can be really stressful sometimes when you are, trying to juggle all of these things, and especially as a mom, and, being at home a lot of the time, but also running my own businesses, and also, um, trying to keep the house, trying to, keep up with housework, and keep up with all the things that have to be done on a daily basis. It can be very draining, can be very exhausting, and very, very trying. And so, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. But yeah, physically everything's good. I am working on kind of trying to up my energy levels. I'm also needing to do a detox. I always like to detox after I take antibiotics, because I did take a Z pack this time. I usually will take a Z pack when I get upper respiratory infections. And so I do feel a Z pack is the best antibiotic to take. I've also been told that by many doctors, but I do still like to detox from that. So after I finish my antibiotic, I do take a ton of probiotics, which helps a lot. But I do like to do a formal detox, and then also kind of do like, just really try to replenish the probiotics in my system and add in some extra things. So I'll be letting you guys know how that goes. I'm also going to go back to the dairy farm and get some more raw milk and raw dairy in general. I'm hoping they have cheese this time. Last time they were out of a whole bunch of stuff like cheese, butter, but I'm going to get as much raw dairy as I can, because that helps with antibiotic recovery. And I did do a video on that, I think 2, 3 weeks ago as well. So check that out if you want to. But that's about it. I got to do the antibiotic recovery detox and all of that, and work on my gut microbiome. I've already had a bunch of negative symptoms from taking the Z pack. Unfortunately, my stomach is really jacked up. I've got like 3 or 4 different things going on with it. So, yes, it does affect me. Yes, it does negatively affect the gut microbiome, but I also don't want pneumonia. So, yeah. So I'm going to work on recovering from that antibiotic use. So I love you guys, and that's it for now. And I'm about to go run some errands. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.